Kenyon Glover suffered a career-ending knee injury. He sunk into depression and even attempted suicide.
But now Glover is an actor and writer who splits his time between Atlanta and Los Angeles. Good Day's Portia Bruner spoke with him about his journey and how others who are struggling can find a new dream in the new year.
Kenyon Glover, thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to talk to you about your new book, The Rebirth and Resurrection of a New Man. This is really your life story, but it's really also something that a lot of people can learn from as we transition from what's been a really challenging year in 2020 to taking sort of the lessons and the tests of 2020 and turning them to testimony for 2021, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a transformation process for me as well, going through this whole, 2020 situation. So hopefully my book will, help empower and encourage a lot of people. So that's the whole mission.
And tell our viewers about your experience. I mean, you have had quite an interesting life story. You went from professional basketball player to life-changing knee injury. Then you had to change gears, and now you're enjoying a career as a successful model and actor. But it hasn't been all roses. This has been there's been some really dark times for you in terms of depression and stress.
Oh, absolutely. Like you just said, going through the NBA and having that career-ending knee injury, that's when the depression first started. I didn't even realize what depression was until that incident happened. And I became very suicidal. I attempted suicide on 3 different occasions, actually. So I'm blessed to be here. So it's been up and down for me. I went through a lot of different phases with depression. One second I'm thinking I made it out, and then something will trigger it and I will go right back in.
We're all candid here. I've dealt with depression, many of our viewers have, and you do get to that point where you just feel like you are just locked in quicksand and can't get out. For you, what's been the key of sort of remembering, okay, this is a period of my life. This is not my life. And remembering that this really is a health condition that needs to be treated. What do you do to sort of get yourself over that hurdle, and what is your advice to viewers in terms of sort of getting ourselves over the hurdle of 2020 and into 21?
Well, not allowing my circumstances, whatever I'm going through, not to allow it to become my reality. Because a lot of times we, get so bogged down into looking at our certain circumstances, our current certain circumstances, and thinking this is going to be our reality, not knowing that you can really get yourself out of the situation. It's all about the transformation of your mindset. And for me, I've had to do a lot of self-work, a lot of self-help. So, away from doing counseling and therapy, that's been helpful. But at the same time, for me, it's been journaling, just writing and expressing my feelings out on paper. And that's kind of how my book came about, just writing down my feelings and my emotions and getting them out on actual paper and writing them out. So that's been a lot of help for me as well. So it's helped me to really transform my mindset. Your perception can sometimes be your progression. So it's all about how you perceive your situation, how you perceive your mindset, how you perceive certain circumstances, but they don't have to become your reality. And I've done a lot of, like I said, a lot of prayer, a lot of surrounding myself with the right people, people that's going to uplift you, encourage you, empower you. And that's been a very good help too.
What are some other strategies? How did you get to the point where you said, okay, I was here, I was doing this for a living, I was injured, I can't do that? How do you then shift? How did you give me some strategy for how you actually shifted to, okay, I can model, I can act? How did you tap into what your other gifts were?
It took me a while because after that career-ending knee injury, I was lost. I didn't know what to do because basketball was all I knew. So I had to really pray and ask God, what is my purpose? If my purpose is not basketball, then what am I supposed to be doing? So eventually I was led to do acting and modeling and motivational speaking and being an author. So just taking risks, stepping out and taking risks and finding out what my purpose is and realizing that this is what is my fulfillment. I was feeling fulfilled when I was doing acting and I was motivational speaking and I was empowering people. So I came to the point where, okay, now I feel fulfilled. I feel satisfied now, and I feel like this is my purpose.
That was Portia Bruner reporting, and his testimony is going to help so many people. Kenyon Glover's book, The Rebirth and Resurrection of a New Man, is available now.